With sharks, riptides, razor-sharp reefs, and fierce locals, surfing can be one of the most hazardous sports around. Here's a look at some of the most dangerous places in the world to surf. Number 1. North Sentinel Island. North Sentinel Island is part of the Andaman Islands in the Bay of Bengal. Satellite images of the island show that it is home to one of the best breaks in the area. The problem is that the island is host to some of the fiercest locals around, an indigenous tribe known as the Sentinelese. They remain one of the last uncontacted tribes on the planet, mostly due to the fact that they will use poison arrows to try to kill anyone who comes close to the island. They claimed the lives of several shipwrecked fishermen and an American missionary who naively tried to make first contact in 2018. Any travel within 5 miles is forbidden, meaning would-be surfers will also have to dodge patrolling military vessels. While all this trouble may serve as a huge deterrent, people have actually surfed here and lived to tell the tale. In 1999, several pro surfers, oblivious to the dangers, hired a captain to take them to North Sentinel Island. They were able to surf several waves before members of the Sentinelese tribe emerged in a canoe armed with spears and arrows. The story goes that as the canoe approached their boat, the Sentinelese became entranced by music playing through the boat's speakers, specifically the song La Femme d'Argent by the French electronic duo Air. The Sentinelese circled a few times in their canoe before returning to shore. The surfers finished their session unaware of their close brush with death. Number 2. Reunion Island. Reunion Island is a relatively new surfing locale. It was first introduced to the surf community in the 90s in Billabong's Pump video, and later gained mainstream attention when it hosted the Rip Curl Pro Search in 2005. While Reunion Island has friendlier people than North Sentinel Island, the same cannot be said about the aquatic population, namely sharks. Reunion Island sits 19 kilometers from a natural preserve, full of sharks who are lured to the shore by numerous fish farms. Some believe that a ban on shark meat ending shark fishing in the area led to an overpopulation of sharks. There was a string of 18 attacks between 2011 and 2015, many of them fatal. During this time, Reunion Island accounted for more fatal shark attacks than anywhere else in the world. And statistically speaking, you are more likely to be attacked by a shark while surfing Reunion Island than any other spot. The frequency of the attacks led to the government formally banning surfing in 2013, though enforcement of this policy is lax, with many surfers still braving the waters to catch one of the legendary waves. The only ones who are able to safely surf the waters are the children of Reunion Island, who enter the water under the watch of a shark vigil, which is basically a group of fishermen and lifeguards who watch over the young surfers with jet skis and drones. In recent years, the government has been installing drums and nets in hopes of returning to its glory days as a surf haven, which the local economy grew to depend on. Number 3. Nazaré. This spot in front of a Portuguese lighthouse is home to the world's largest waves. Nazaré was once a sleepy fishing village, where locals lived in fear of waves that could reach the size of a 10-story building. The waves are formed by an underwater trench that is 3 times deeper than the Grand Canyon. Portugal itself was never thought of as a big wave surfing destination, but that all changed when local body surfer Dino Casimiro invited Garrett McNamara to try surfing the spot in 2010. McNamara accepted the invitation and in 2011 was able to set a record for the largest wave ever surfed at 78 feet, cementing Nazaré's status as a serious big wave spot. McNamara's record would then be broken in 2017 by Brazilian surfer Rodrigo Coxa, who was able to ride an 80-footer here. Unlike other big wave spots, Nazaré is a beach break with an unpredictable nature, having no clear and consistent impact zone or safety zone. But for those willing to take the risk, this is the Mount Everest of surfing. Number 4. Somalia. Somalia's location on the Horn of Africa makes it a prime spot to catch some of the swells off the Indian Ocean. Unfortunately, the political situation makes things quite difficult at the moment. In addition to an unresolved civil war, Somalia is also home to pirates. And not the friendly Johnny Depp type pirates, these are the brutal Tom Hanks kidnapping pirates.
Look at me, sure. I'm the captain now.
Surfing here requires you to hire armed bodyguards to protect yourself from kidnapping and other dangers. For anyone that does venture out, you'll most likely find empty lineups, including a consistent point break ironically called Pirates, and rumors of surfable waves along the capital Mogadishu's coast. However, it may not stay like that for long. There is a growing contingent of local surfers, mainly made up of former child soldiers participating in a surf therapy program by local NGO Elm and Peace. With the support of surf charity Waves for Change, they've been able to introduce these kids to the magic of surfing. You can support their mission by donating directly on elmandpeace.org, link in our description. Number 5. Shipstern Bluff. Shipstern Bluff is a remote break off the coast of the Australian island of Tasmania. The waves can reach over 30 feet in height, and the waters are home to a population of great white sharks, though these dangers are par for the course at many surf spots. What makes Shipstern Bluff so unique is its bizarrely formed waves. As the waves here move over a razor-sharp reef, they take on a distinctive shape, with small waves unpredictably jutting out from the larger waves. These mini waves are known as the step, which makes this one of the most technically difficult waves to surf in the world. In addition to the less than symmetrical nature of the waves, reaching Shipstern Bluff requires an 18-mile boat ride or a 3-hour hike through the woods, meaning that if you do get injured, you're a long way from help. That being said, it may come as a surprise that there have been no recorded deaths at Shipstern Bluff. Number 6. North Korea. Perhaps one of the least explored coasts in the world, North Korea may be home to loads of perfect breaks, especially to the north, which faces the Sea of Japan. The problem is that the coast is mainly controlled by the military in an effort to prevent potential attacks. In addition to this, the country rarely sees any tourists as its tyrannical government seeks to control everything with no oversight from the outside world. That said, Google Earth images reveal that there are likely a number of surfable waves all across the country. However, traveling there is highly unadvisable. Many who've done so have found themselves locked up in a gulag or worse, dead, for minor offenses like stealing a poster or leaving behind banned reading materials. Furthermore, you'll have to hire a guide to watch over you the whole time, and these guides are likely to be on their own schedule, unrelated to tides and wave conditions. Another option is to book through a surf travel group, but even still, keep in mind that some of your money will be directly financing an evil totalitarian regime. Despite this, the fears weren't enough to keep away one fictional surfer, James Bond, who surfed the waves in the opening scene of 2002's Die Another Day. The surf scenes were performed by Laird Hamilton, Dave Kalama, and Derek Dorn, though the scene wasn't actually filmed in North Korea, but instead at the next entry on our list, Jaws. Number 7. Jaws. Located in Maui, this surf spot was named after the eponymous shark movie, not due to heavy shark presence, but rather the similarities between the unpredictable nature of the wave and the unpredictable nature of a shark attack. Waves here can reach over 80 feet high. The wave was first surfed in the 80s. Due to the size and speed of the wave, it is extremely difficult to paddle in, leading it to become one of the pioneers in the advent of jet ski-assisted tow-in surfing in the 90s. Number 8. Ghost Tree. Ghost Tree, originally known as Pescadero Point, is the lesser-known southern neighbor of Mavericks. Located off the 18th hole of the Pebble Beach Golf Course in California, Ghost Tree is dangerous in more ways than one. For starters, it's located in California's Red Triangle, a portion of the coast stretching from Big Sur to Point Reyes, known for its heavy shark activity. In addition to sharks, this part of the ocean is known for its abundant wildlife, which is why it's a protected marine sanctuary. Ghost Tree is believed to have been surfed as early as the 60s, however it still remained fairly unknown. Long before Ghost Tree was a surfing destination, NOAA, or the National Oceanic and Atmospheric Administration, banned stand-up and two-seat jet skis in the surrounding waters. Since the waves at Ghost Tree can become quite monstrous, up to 60 feet in size, it's usually necessary to use a jet ski for tow-in surfing. However, a loophole arose when manufacturers started making 3-seat jet skis, which were technically immune to the rule, leading to the rise in popularity for Ghost Tree as a surfing destination in the 2000s. The rocky terrain is an additional factor in Ghost Tree's danger level. Underwater, there are massive boulders hidden from sight. Likewise, the waves break extremely close to Monterey's rocky coastline, creating a high risk of injury. The death of local surfer Peter Davy and a reworked total ban on all watercrafts led to the end of Ghost Tree as a surf spot, with most surfers viewing it simply too dangerous to paddle in, though 3 unnamed daredevils were photographed paddling out and surfing it in 2014. Well, that's the end of our countdown. Other honorable mentions include The Wedge, Dungeons, Waimea, and Pipe. Did we leave any out? Let us know in the comments and be sure to subscribe for more videos about the way out world we live in.